This is the full body workout training log for this week. We're going to start off with heavy double kettlebell squat. For this particular workout, we're doing an offset squat variation. So here with every rep, you can see I alternate the position of the foot back and forth as I go through the set. Here I'm using a 36 kilogram kettlebell in one hand and a 28 kilogram kettlebell on the other hand for a total of 64 kilograms. This staggered front squat variation is actually quite an interesting variation for you to try. It gives you a more athletic position than doing a regular squat. And it almost feels a little bit more natural than doing a regular full ass to grass squat. And due to the offset staggered stance, you end up putting on more weight on each individual leg. Then we're going to superset that with this kettlebell complex, which is the dead stop snatch to eccentric overhead press. The dead stop snatch is one of my favorite pulling exercises that you can do that is unique to the kettlebell. And here I'm using a 28 kilogram kettlebell, and we do about 5 or 6 reps on each side. On paper, 5 to 6 reps may not seem like a lot, but keep in mind with this particular kettlebell complex, we're actually stringing up 2 different movements into one. So 6 reps on one side is actually 12 reps in total because we do 6 reps of the snatch and 6 reps of the overhead eccentric press, which means for the whole set, because we do each side of the body 6 reps of the kettlebell complex, we end up doing 24 reps in total, which is actually quite a bit of a volume if you think about the total number of reps that you do in one set. And that is one of the advantages of working with kettlebell complex, as you can string up multiple exercises into one, making it both a resistance exercise as well as an endurance and conditioning exercise. Now we move on to the second superset. We're going to start off the superset with the first exercise, which is going to be the knee tuck inverted row. This is a really awesome bodyweight pulling exercise that isn't too difficult to do, and you can play around with the angle of your body. You can play around with the grip positioning as well, depending on what you're working on and how you want to develop and continue to train your back muscles. You can do this with a regular straight pull-up bar. You can also do this with the gymnastic rings. But the nice thing about the parallel bars is that you can essentially rep out as many reps as you can without having to worry about your core fatiguing first or having to balance your body around if you're using the gymnastic rings. We're going to superset that exercise with this kettlebell complex, which is the single kettlebell overhead press into overhead reverse lunge. Here I went with a relatively lightweight kettlebell. I'm using a 16 kilogram. You know, when I got to this point of the workout, I was feeling pretty tired and fatigued, but I didn't want to skip the set. So I went with a lighter weight and continued to train and just continue to go through the motion. Typically, I would use a 28 kilogram kettlebell for this exercise. But because I wasn't feeling my strength, I ended up using a 16 kilogram, but I increased the number of reps. So with a 28 kilogram kettlebell, I probably would have done about 6, 7, or maybe sometimes 8 reps in one set. But with the 16 kilograms, I went with 10 repetitions on each side throughout the set. One of the benefits of doing the overhead reverse lunge is it helps you to develop shoulder flexibility as well as overall balance, as you're having to use your core quite a bit to balance the weight on one side and you go down on one knee. As always, learn to listen to your body. If you're unable to lift the amount of weight that you initially plan to do for the workout, you can always opt out for a much lighter weight, increase the number of reps, focus on other things instead of just pushing heavy weights. So in this case, you can see that I was focusing much more on having a strict and perfect execution to the exercise. So finally, as the accessory exercise, here I'm trying out something that is kind of new. I never really did the kettlebell halo as part of my workout routine, but on this particular day, I didn't want to do my usual burnout set of dips, push-ups, or even a kettlebell carry because, you know, again, I just felt kind of tired, but a little bit sluggish, and maybe I wanted to try something new, something different as well. So here I'm doing a 16 kilogram kettlebell halo, and I think that this is much more of a shoulder exercise than it is a core exercise. So that's it for the workout this week. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.